Okay, you're live.
Hi guys. Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? There are already 8 people here. I wasn't expecting anyone to be here, but I'm so glad. Mm. Hi guys. Oh shit, I can hear myself. 1 minute. Yup. Hi Siddharth. Whoever's here, please say hi. Hi Aishi. How is everyone doing? How was everyone's Sunday? I hope my audio, my video, everything is fine. अगर कुछ changes है तो बता देना. I'll do that. Hi DG. Hi Rohit. Hi Kyor. Hi Rishan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. How's everyone doing? I am going live after a very long. I mean, we do stream the 4 of us regularly, quite a lot now, but I'm streaming alone after a very, very long time. I think the last time I streamed alone was last year around October. I'd done a stream for Discoveries. Uske baad aaj hi I've come back to stream alone. So I'm hoping it goes well. I'm a little nervous. There's so many people in the chat. Hi, Vaibhav. Hi, Anindita. Hi, Aman. Hi, Sadat. So how was everyone's Sunday? I had a very hectic day today. Just everything's been so hectic lately. And I almost thought I would have to postpone the stream as well. But I'm glad I could make it. Hey, Arnab. Hi, Bhanu. Hi, Kushal. Ayushi is saying just came back from Old School Bastards gig. I'm emotionally full right now. Oh, wow. I don't know what that is, so you'll have to tell me. Is he a comedian? Introduced me to Old School Bastard. Hi, Nanika. Hi, Satyajit. How are you doing? Satyajit is always messaging me, so I keep in regular contact with him. So I'm glad you turned up. I didn't actually post about this on Instagram. I should have. I should right now. But okay. Rohit is saying The Office versus Parks and Rec was pretty good. I'm so glad you enjoyed that video. I was really nervous for that video as well because, first of all, this is a very exclusive information that I'm leaking only here. But the thing is that Hindol was working with the editor, and I feel like he edited out some of the very important points that I made about why Parks and Rec is a better show than The Office, and those never made it to the actual video. Because of which I couldn't give a very compelling arguments. I mean, I did give them when we filmed it, but they never made it to the actual video. But yeah, man, I was damn nervous for it because the Office ka fan base is scary. They're very dedicated. And that's the thing that I mentioned from the very start, that I am a fan of both the shows. It's just that I think that Parks and Rec is far better than The Office. Not far better, but is a much better show than The Office. And later on, I also did a poll on Instagram, and Parks and Rec lost so badly. It was very, very embarrassing. Oh, Yash is in the chat. Yash, you can clarify whether Hindol pressurized you into cutting out all the compelling arguments that I made. But yeah, I did that poll, and Parks and Rec was what, 27% or something. That's it. And I also got very heated DMs about how I did not understand The Office, which is why I don't like it, which is such a lazy argument. But whatever. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Akshit. Chaitanya saying mine was good. I am now at a barber shop and watching your stream. You're watching my stream from the barber shop. It's very interesting. Hi, Aditya. Kushal is saying Hindol OP. DJ is saying, have you watched 30 Rock? No, but this was heavily recommended to me, especially after the Parks and Rec versus The Office video went live. But yeah, if you guys haven't already checked out that video, please make sure you do. So lately, Hindol and I have been, instead of streaming, what we've been doing is we stream, but we do it offline, and then the best of it is edited out and made into a video, the highlights of it. And we've already done, the first video we did was the best of Priyadarshan. We ranked all the Priyadarshan films that we like. And the last video that came out was The Office versus Parks and Rec. And I think the next video that we're going to film for this month is we might be ranking our favorite cartoons. But if you guys have any other ideas, if there are any other videos you would like us to film, let me know. I'm just looking at how bad the quality looks in the actual video on my phone. It's probably because of my internet, because I'm using my phone today. I'm using Camo. I've got the whole setup. I'm also using a proper mic today, you guys. I hope my audio is good. But yeah, I don't think it's translating that well online. Ignatius is saying, hi, Disha, please tell Vaani and Vaibhav to bring Anindita Ghosh as a guest for Chalchitra Talks. Surely we'll convey that. Diljit is saying that आज मैं शायद सही दिशा में जाऊंगी. But you know, honestly, it's me who gets very distracted, and which is why we keep whenever we would do Dishahin, which is why we would keep going into different directions with our conversation. It wasn't really Hindol. Hindol is actually the focused one, but he would always have to take the blame for it. But yeah, how was your week? I feel like because it is so hot, I'm in Pune right now, and it's incredibly hot here, and I don't have an AC in my room. I've just been in a very chidchida mood. But other than that, things are going well. I had a great week, and I hope the coming week is also pretty good. Tell me about yours. So for this stream, I thought we'll set an agenda. This is what I used to do. Do you guys remember I used to do these streams, solo streams last year? Was it last year or last year? Last year I did these solo streams, which would get deleted. We would private them after they were over. They were called Raat Gayi, Baat Gayi. And every time I would stream Tabhi, I would set an agenda at the start of it, so that I wouldn't keep rambling and I wouldn't keep only, reading the live chat. But yeah, I think we can do, what could we do? I could tell you about what I've been reading and watching and listening to, and you guys could tell me the same. Swapnil is saying unpopular opinion, but Parks and Recreation is better than The Office. It is not. I'm glad to see that there is so much support for Parks and Rec. Night Willing is asking, what are you reading currently? So the last book I finished reading is, I've been terrible at reading again. Do you guys, this channel has a video of mine called Breaking My Reading Hiatus. And funnily enough, after I finished filming that and I finished reading that book, I once again struggled to go back to reading. And I don't think I picked up another book for at least the next 2-3 months. And then I've just been struggling. But finally, this year I was able to complete one book, and it's only been 3 months. So I'm counting that as an accomplishment. But I read Breasts and Egg by Meiko Kawakami. And yeah, it was a pretty good read. I really don't know how to. Usually I do, I feel like I am able to give at least a shitty summary of what something, whether that be a book or a movie, I could at least summarize it in a shitty way, if at all. But with this book, I just don't know how to explain what's happening. I could say that it's an intimate portrayal of working class women in Japan and their whole struggle with coming to terms with their womanhood and bodily autonomy. This is what I remember from what I'd read on the net earlier. But yeah, there are a lot of very important themes discussed in this book, which I really liked. But overall, I don't think I would recommend it to anyone because it was very all over the place. The central character is Natsu, who's an author. She's a single woman in her 30s, and she's having this whole dilemma of whether she wants to have kids or not. And in order to explore whether she wants to go in that direction, she researches her options as to how she'll be able to have kids, if at all she decides to. And that offshoots into this whole conversation about how it might be unfair to have kids through IVF, or like it talks about that whole thing. And it's really interesting because they've introduced this group of people who are completely against IVF because they think that kids who are born through IVF, they at some point learn about the truth, and it's almost impossible for them to come to terms with it, no matter how much their parents love them. That was very interesting to me, but overall, I didn't enjoy reading the book that much. There was just one section, however, which I thought was so endearing, and it inspired me to make a short as well. It's not out yet. It will be. And when you watch that short and you remember this conversation from the stream, you make sure you comment about that. But in the book, towards the end, the lead character, she's sitting in a Ferris wheel with this guy that she's romantically interested in. And he talks about how whenever he would feel anxious, his father would ask him to think about the Voyager and the golden record on the Voyager. And I was so pleasantly surprised to read about that because the way I learned about what the Voyager is and what the golden record is because of my dad, and he had told me about it. And the whole description of how his dad had this conversation with him and why it is so comforting to him is so beautiful. Do you guys know what the golden record is? I think everyone does, but isn't that concept so beautiful? Ignatius is asking, when is the next Discoveries coming up? We are on hold with that. I don't know if we will be filming any more episodes. It's still in talks, but I don't really have an update on that end, but I will let you know in case we do. Would you guys like to see another season of Discoveries? And if yes, what theme should we explore this time around? Last season was love, but that's done and dusted. We've spoken enough about it. I will be sick if I have to speak about it anymore, honestly. Ignatius, okay. Kevin is saying, I recently discovered this psycho thriller called Burning. It's a Korean movie. It's amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. I will check it out. I've been watching more Korean movies lately. Um, I made a short on The Little Forest, which is such a beautiful film. Anandita is saying that is a great book. I'm reading more works by the same author. Anandita, have you read this book? Because I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it. I did complete the entire book and I haven't read in a really long time. So that says that I definitely enjoyed the book. But I feel like I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. And the very reason I picked up the book at all is because I felt like I was seeing it everywhere on Instagram. And it has such a beautiful cover. I buy all my books based on the cover. I'm not even this about it, embarrassed about it. You have to have a great cover. Ritik is asking why you use red lighting. Am I using red lighting? Acha, the fairy lights. Oh, I love red fairy lights. In every single bedroom I have ever had, I have had red fairy lights. And I remember when I moved here, for the first few months, I did not decorate this place whatsoever. And I think that was because partly I was in denial about the fact that I moved out. And I just was not willing to accept this room as my own. I wanted to treat it as just a place I'm temporarily staying in. And this is not where I stay, this is not my home. And then finally, after 6 months or so, I gave in and I was like, no, I have to come to terms with it. And I started decorating. And I also properly unpacked after 6 months. Otherwise, there were suitcases lying around and my clothes were in them. And after that, I put up a lot of, this is a random map I had ordered on Amazon many, many years ago. And I just wanted to fill up the wall without using too many of my postcards, because I did the mistake of putting up all my postcards in my actual ghar ka bedroom with tape, and that destroyed a lot of my very precious postcards. So I didn't want to do the same mistake here. So I decided I'll fill up the wall, but I'll use things that I don't care as much about, or postcards that are already destroyed. So there's no point in saving them. And yeah, so there's this random map on Amazon. I'm sure you could find a link. There are a few postcards. There's that CCT ka over here. Yeah, here. The CCT cup. It's not a postcard. It was the cue card that I was using for dish coveries, but it would make for great postcards. Wouldn't you guys like to have postcards with that logo? But yeah. And what was I saying? Why did this whole discussion start? Yeah, we were talking about red fairy lights. Yes. So after I set up the whole room, I still felt like something was missing, and that's when it clicked. I was talking to my friend. She was like, yeah, everything looks very Disha, but something is missing. And she was like, red fairy lights. And yeah, I love red fairy lights. So that's why I have red fairy lights. Let's see. Anuj is saying, nope, it's depressing. I'm going to cry now. What were you talking in reference to? Was it the book? Weber was asking, what is Golden Records? So Golden Record is basically the Voyager is a probe that we sent out around 48 years ago, I think. And we put a record on it in which we put various sounds from the earth, lots of information about our anatomy, reproduction, things that we care about, things that we eat. There is a whole playlist of music from all over the globe. There are a lot of pictures. We put all this on a record and we sent it out in the hopes that it will find some extraterrestrial intelligence. I don't know if I said that right. But yeah, it'll find aliens. Basically, we made a mixtape for aliens that is the golden record. I think that's so beautiful and depressing at the same time, because it will definitely outlive us. And it's a great way of saying that, hey, we're humans and we were alive once, and these are the things that we cared about. Hi, Shubhankit. Hi, Manan. Manan is saying lag. I'm definitely very behind on the chat, so this might be a while ago, but please let me know agar abhi bhi hai. I will try to. I'm really behind on the chat. I know. I'm sorry. Hi, Pokraj. Hi. Sorry. Okay, where am I? I'm just going to quickly read through all of them. I don't want to miss anything. Diljit is saying, missed you in the call with the core team today. Big yes for another season of Discoveries. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been needing to join more of these calls, and I'll definitely be there for the next one, DJ is saying I put forward Envy. Very interesting. The thing is, like, I don't know if we'll be able to film an entire season with it. So maybe we could pick a few more emotions, but envy is definitely such a complex and beautiful emotion. Satyajit is saying going on audio only mode for my. Oh, okay. Make sure you drive safe. Okay, I'm very behind. Okay. Anandita is saying sometimes I make my own postcards and stick them. Oh, that's so cute. So do you paint them by hand? You print them? How do you make your own postcards? And just in general, I love having this conversation with people. How do you guys like decorating your room? I know that women get super creative with it. I'm very interested in knowing how guys decorate their room. Do they at all? Most of the male friends that I have, their rooms are actually, they're not decorated, but they're very neat, and they always have fancy LED lights and stuff. All of my male friends have LED lights. Even my brother does, I think. But yeah, there's no decoration as such. So that's what I keep telling my brother, that if someone broke into your house and took a look at your room, do you think he'll be able to make sense of who you are as a person simply by looking at your room? And the answer is no, because there's nothing that is distinctly him. But I don't know if this is something that you should keep in mind while decorating your room. But in case someone broke into my room, I want them to be able to make sense of who I am as a person. Hi, Devrat. It's going really well. How are you? Thank you. Kira is saying a teaser for aliens. Yes, that's such a great way of putting it. Okay, I'm very behind on the chat. Devrat is saying, did you know there was an Indian song called Jaat Kahan Ho? Yes, ever since I read about the Voyager in this book, I've been very intrigued by it once again. I remember when I first heard about it, I was already obsessed with that idea. And that is why my father had spoken to me about it. But I've been listening to that whole playlist again, and it is weird. I remember I was listening to it and my mom walked in. She was like, what are you listening to? Because I listened to this video that also shows pictures and it also plays the sounds. And she came in when the sound portion was playing. So just like dogs barking and then the sound of laughter and a kiss. And she was like, what are you listening to? Mandar is asking, are we talking about the Voyager? I just tuned in. Yes, we were. We're talking about a lot of things because I'm very behind on the chat. So I say something and then I move on and then I come back to it. Ritik is asking, what's that picture behind you along with the candles? I'm just curious. Oh, that is, I didn't know you guys could see it. Okay. Oh, you can. That's actually a poster of Arctic monkeys that the CCT team gifted me on my birthday. Last year, we'd all gone to Jaipur to the studio when we hit 100K to celebrate. And it was my birthday around that time. So that is what the team gifted me, which was super, super sweet. And I keep it right next to my bed. Phoenix X Abhishek. Abhishek is saying, got a box from the big book box. They sent some amazing postcards with it. Have you tried it? No, that sounds damn interesting. Please tell me about it. I'm guessing it's a book service and you got some postcards with it. I love receiving postcards. It's every time any of my friends go on a trip, I badger them to get me postcards. Hi, Shriram. Hey, Shreya, I watched Long Shot and it's really is amazing. It is, right? And it's such a short documentary. Like I remember I watched it when I was traveling somewhere, and it's just a 40-minute watch. And I thought it covered so much within 40 minutes. Devrat is saying that song only has less than 10K streams. The song, which probably an alien can hear, most of us Indians haven't heard. Mad. True. It's a very catchy song, oddly. And the thing is that I was trying to, when I was, as I said, I've made a short on the same topic. And when I was researching for it, I was trying to figure out what the whole, what went into them choosing the songs that they did. And especially for the Indian one, because that is the only song that went from India. And I wanted to know, but I couldn't find anything anywhere. So if you have any like info on what criteria they were looking at when choosing the songs and making that mixtape for aliens, let me know. It's a beautiful song. Yeah. Pokraj is saying women and gay men decorate their rooms. Sorry for the generalization. You're forgiven. But yeah, they do. Kira is saying not decorated, but organized is the way to go. Except expected. Manan is saying some posters hung up. That's it. Oh, wow. Are these movie posters or... Pokraj is saying no LED lights in my room. I like pure darkness in my... Oh, okay. Kevin is saying I would just have a bookshelf. I don't have a bookshelf here. I have to just keep my books stacked up randomly. But I did have a very big bookshelf in my old room. And I had chosen to have the bookshelf as opposed to getting a TV. There was I had to make a trade-off, and I just went with the bookshelf, and I'm so proud of myself. I felt like I was better than everyone else because I chose to have that. And then I started regretting it. So I would just sneak into my brother's room every night to watch TV. Mandar is saying, we don't decorate. We just have lights plus posters of things and people we like. But that is decoration, right? Lights is decoration. Posters, lights as in like, upar se lagayi hui lights? Yeah. Which lights? Rashawn is saying, I just have books. Books. Do books count as decoration? Books count as decoration, right? Most definitely. Anuj is saying I have a stale room. I don't have any poster or lights. It looks like a jail. I'm just too lazy to put anything. It's all right, Anuj. I mean, I was living like that for 6 months, as you heard. So it's completely fine. But it's always nice to decorate the room a little bit. I feel like it makes it a little more bearable, especially at night when you're just staring at the ceiling, having an existential crisis. John is saying my room is filled with books and anime action figures. Wow. I wish we could just share pictures of each other's rooms so I could see all the... Is that creepy? I just want to see the decorations, man. But yeah, I wish we could do that. Vaibhav is saying, I have been reading a lot of murder mysteries as of late. Can you recommend a book that is a bit cheerful that can get me out of this genre? Let me think. I don't like reading happy books. I don't think I've read any books that have put me in a good mood. And the book I haven't started reading it, but I am going to pick up now. Again, I'm very late to this, but it's called A Little Life. Everyone knows about it. It's because this TikTok book mafia has pressured everyone into reading it. But if anyone else in the chat can recommend something to Vaibhav, that would be great. I'm trying to think of, I definitely would read happier books when I was a kid. And I don't know if I could give you a Cecilia Ahern recommendation because I can only think of her right now. But a happy book. I'll come back to it. But if anyone can recommend something to Vaibhav, please do. Pokraj is saying you could listen to the most profound music, I'm guessing, and then your parents enter and it's the most spicy part of the thing playing. That's so true. I remember I was whenever I listen to Megan Thee Stallion, I keep worrying that someone's going to walk in, and then I realized my mom would not be able to tell what the lyrics are anyway, because there's just so much slang and it's so fast. So I can I'm always blasting Megan Thee Stallion around family because no one has any clue what the songs are about. Swapnil is asking, have you read The Metamorphosis by Kafka? Yes, I have. And I wish I hadn't, because I'm glad I read it. I just read it at a very, very bad time in my life, and that book did not help whatsoever. It was very depressing. I feel like The Metamorphosis is one book that has great covers. I'm yet to see a bad cover of that book. And the one that I have, I don't have the book right now with me. It's at home, but it has the most beautiful sketch. I'll show it to you. But that is one book that has really great covers. Again, I'm behind. Am I behind? No, okay, I'm fine. Devrit is saying, also appreciate you reading out every chat. No worries. I mean, that is my intention with this stream. I've been missing talking to you guys so much. So this is honestly why I wanted to do it. I don't intend on sharing any recommendations as such today. I just want to see what you guys are up to, what you guys have been reading and watching. Berlin is saying, when are we guys doing Malamal Weekly Watch Party, Disha? Soon, hopefully soon. Is it possible to do that? I don't know. I don't handle the tech stuff. I don't know what issues that idea might have, but I would love to do that. Ritik is saying, just to confirm, is that picture behind you on a wall or some posters? Which picture? This, the black and white one? I haven't hung it up. It's just leaning against because it's framed. Anuj is saying, do you think someone's room reflect their personality? Yeah. Oh, for sure. You can tell so much about a person by simply entering their room, especially if they haven't put any effort in decorating it. Anindita is saying, I make postcards by making a collage of ticket stubs and travel brochures of any place I visit. Oh, wow. Dude, I'm going to steal that idea from you. That's beautiful. Travel brochures is a really good idea because most of the times they have the prettiest images and they're also appropriate size. Abhishek is saying, whenever a female friend comes over to my place, the first thing they notice and at times are impressed by how clean, organized my place is. Guess society has really low expectations from men. I don't want to say anything problematic, but the thing is that if a boy's room is dirty, there are a lot of people who just make excuses for it. But a woman's room is dirty. Aishi is saying 5 people you meet in heaven. Is this a book that you're recommending, Aishi? To Webhub, because he was asking. Shreya is recommending Latitudes of Longing is a feel-good book. Oh, wow. Even I should check. That is such a nice title. Sriram is saying, I have watched The Little Forest after your recommendation. It was such a loving, warm film. Just loved it. Make an analysis video on that movie if possible. I've been thinking about it for a while because that movie, as I said, I don't know if you guys have watched that short, but I started off by saying that it's like one of the things that I wonder the most about. I have found an answer to that in that film in so many ways. But it's such a comforting film. And I have been obsessed with movies and shows that include great shots of people cooking. Just watching people cook is so intimate for some reason, right? In The Little Forest, especially because she's trying to heal the emotional wounds that her mother left her with. And she's doing that by cooking meals from her childhood. She's trying to recreate them one by one. I think it's such a beautiful concept. And I've always had a very, fika relationship with food. I never had much of an appetite growing up. So eating was always a chore and I never looked forward to it. And I would have the same conversation with my friends. I wish there was simply a pill that one could take and that would be your lunch, and then you could take one for dinner and one for breakfast, because it just seemed very, it seemed like a lot of effort to eat. And then I came to college. I met a lot of people. I started hanging out with a lot of people who were very, very passionate about food, and not just like eating, but they wanted to know everything, the history of it. I remember I didn't take this course and I regret it so much, but we had a course on sociology of food. And there's this friend of mine, shout out Harshali Shinde. She is my go-to person. Every time I'm eating something, I send her a picture, and she always has so much info on the history of whatever food we are eating. And yeah, just my relationship with food has changed a lot, and it has become a love language of mine to cook food that I like eating, and I'll constantly indulge. Is my internet messing up? Can someone please quickly confirm if there is any lag or there are any issues? But because I can see that I'm stuck in my video. Koi jaldi bata do, then we'll move on. Is it better if I hold my mic in my hand? Can someone confirm if everything's okay? Okay, Manan has said everything is okay. We're good. Okay, I'll continue. But yeah, so that's my most prominent love language currently. And that's how I show love to myself and to others. I love cooking for all my friends. And in the lockdown, especially my cousins and I, we would cook the most elaborate dishes that one should definitely not be cooking at home, because it would be very tough to get it right. Like I remember the first thing we ever made, and it was me and my cousin brother, and it was neither of us had any cooking experience back then. The first thing we made was a souvlaki. It's like this Greek shawarma. Again, terrible description. It doesn't have any of the veggies, but a Greek shawarma. But yeah, that is the first thing we made. And then I remember we tried to make chicken burgers. We made momos. We made biryani. But yeah, I love cooking with him. It's my favorite way to spend time with people also. But that is another reason why I love the little forest. That is a very big reason why I love the lunchbox. And if you guys could recommend to me movies that revolve around food or just have great shots of food, please let me know. I definitely want to do like an analysis video of sorts, or just a video of me cooking, because as I said, I've noticed this thing: watching somebody cook is so intimate, because you have there's no way to have your guards up when you're cooking. You're so focused on what you're doing. And I would also like to share, in case I do stream again over here, I would like to share some, or we could just do it in this stream towards the end, but I would like for us to exchange our weird recipes. I have something called midnight soy rice, and it probably is already a thing, but I like to call it mine. And there's this thing I make, which is a desi take on shakshuka, which I call badmash ande. I don't call them badmash ande. Somebody had given them that name, but yeah. I'm behind on the chat, but the Utsav is saying thoda ajeeb hai, but my love language is walking. It's not weird. That's really interesting. Everyone has a different way of showing love to themselves. So that's damn nice. Okay, something is wrong. Just a second, guys. My camo is messing up. I'm back. Okay. Yashpi is asking, have you watched Flavors of Youth? Yes, I have watched Flavors of Youth. Studio Ghibli films especially have such beautiful shots of cooking. I really want to do one of those recreating all Studio Ghibli recipes video, but it's been done so many times. Is that something you guys would like to see? I definitely want to, like, obviously we'll have to Indianize a lot of dishes. But I would love to do a video like that. Or I could do this video where I recreate dishes from some Bollywood films. Like, there are definitely films that have recipes listed out, right? Okay. Where are we? Satyajit is saying, check out Love Shafte Chicken Khurana. I will. Where are we? Okay, I'm going to move a little. Okay, I'm sorry if I've missed any chats. I'm just running very behind in it. So yeah. So one of the films that I definitely I decided I'll talk about today, because I've been talking to my friends. Why is Camo messing with me? Why? Okay, I think it'll keep happening beach mein, but I'll keep going on. Astro is saying, good luck for the stream. It's too wholesome, happy types of stream for someone like me. Dude, if you if you knew me in real life, I'm काफी pessimistic actually. But on the streams, I'm so happy and polite. I guess I have to be. I mean, but yeah, I'm sorry this isn't working for you. But yeah, the movie I wanted to talk about is The Whale, because this is the last film I watched in the theater, and I have so many thoughts on it. And oh shit, I should have grabbed my book. Um, I used to have this really great habit of, I had this random notebook जिसमें जब भी मैं कुछ पढ़ती थी या फिर देखती थी या फिर सुनती थी, I would go and write a note on it. Even if I had nothing to say about it, I would just then write the name and बंद हो जाता था. And I used to do this many years back, and I regret stopping that. And I'm trying to get back into that habit, because it's always very interesting to go back and read how you felt about a certain piece of art at a certain age. So abhi The Whale देखी मैंने theater में जाके देखी, which is very surprising for me. मैं usually theater में movies नहीं देखती हूँ. I don't know why I suddenly switched to Hindi, but yeah, I don't usually watch films in the theater, but ये movie मैंने देखी and I loved the film. I want to talk a little bit about it. So, but I don't want to give any spoilers. Are you guys okay with me giving spoilers here? But फिर बिना spoilers के मैं कुछ कह नहीं पाऊंगी. But काफी time हो गया यार movie आके. So if you still haven't watched it, that's on you. Mood क्या है saying that's called being pretentious? Talking in Hindi or talking in English? Swapnil is saying Brendan Fraser in The Whale is just great. Yeah, he is. He was so good in it. And some of the dialogues in the film. Okay, I'm just if you guys want to watch The Whale, I don't know if any of these will have spoilers, but I'm just going to talk about it freely, or so you can log off in case you don't want any spoilers. But one of the things that struck me about the film is that this was a beautiful, complete. I felt this sense of completion when I watched the film, because आजकल मैंने जितने movies देखी हैं, I have been getting this feeling. Most of them are very open-ended at a lot of places, if not completely, very open-ended, and it's up to you कि तुम्हें कैसे interpret करना है. But The Whale, I mean, there were certain things that you could interpret, of course, but I felt like it was a very small, short, complete story, which I loved. And feel like I've been missing that. I just want you to tell me a story. I don't want to use my own brain. Tell me what happens. And there are so many great scenes in that. One of my favorites is, if you've watched the film, when he confronts that guy and he starts like threatening Thomas, है उसका नाम शायद, and he keeps asking him, do you find me disgusting? Do you find me disgusting? And फिर वो हाँ बोल देता है. I cried like a baby in this film, okay? And I thought it had such great dialogues. There was this one dialogue in which he says that, मुझे exact याद नहीं है, but he says something along the lines of, don't you think that people are simply incapable of not caring for others? Which I thought was so beautiful. And I agree with him on some level. I went to watch this film with a friend and she said that that's utter bullshit. But पता नहीं, मुझे ऐसे लगता है that people are incapable of not caring for others. Let me know what you think. For a second, I just got lost in my thoughts about it. And yeah, I'm getting a feeling that a lot of you haven't watched this film from seeing the comments, which is making me think I should not touch it then. because I want everyone to watch this film. This is like my top recommendation so far for 2023. Swapnil is saying the ending of The Whale, where CD enters that moment of silence. Yes. Mood kya hai saying there's nothing wrong with being open-ended. Andhadhun was. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but I have, at least maybe I'm watching this sort of films that are just very open-ended. I just want a story that's complete. Astro, what did I miss? Sriram is saying, how about reading out the best stories written by our Chalchitra Talks and Kitaabi cabins members? Sure. Is that a thing that you guys do? I'm very new to this channel, so I don't know what systems you guys have in place, or are you guys submitting stories and stuff to Vaani? If so, yes, I would love to read out stories written by the members. Okay, so we are going to keep the stream short because tomorrow I have to wake up very early in the morning because I'm going on a field visit and I cannot afford to be late to that. Aryan Shah, did I just miss a conversation about The Whale? Yes, it wasn't much of a conversation. I'm just, I can't get over that film. I thought it was such a great film. And I really want to have a discussion on the same. So I was really hoping Hindol and I could figure something out to talk about it because I know कि उसने भी देखी है film और उसे भी काफी पसंद आई. So yeah. Manchester Divided FC, आपको मेरा सलाम. काफी दिनों बाद दिखे आप. Libin is asking, do you watch Malayalam movies? मैंने नहीं देखी इतनी, but I'm looking for recommendations. And if you recommend some great ones to me, I will definitely check them out. You know, on like a sillier note, I've been I haven't, मतलब काफी time हो गया, but I watched this one very silly Pakistani drama on which I think the entire show was uploaded on YouTube. It just randomly came into my this recommendations one day, and I watched the first episode, and then uske baad I just could not stop watching it. It's called Pyar Ke Sadke, and it's basically about how the female lead is extremely dumb and she's not great at academics, and even the male lead is terrible at academics, and everyone in the society keeps humiliating them for the same, and then they get together and they both make each other feel not that terrible about it. It was a great show. It was it was full of drama, and after I binge watched the whole thing, I started using a lot of Urdu words, which was great. काफी मजाक उड़ाया मेरा लोगों ने. But Libin is saying the Great Indian Kitchen. Oh yeah, dude, my friend has been behind me. She has been asking me to watch this film for so long, and I keep ignoring her. But I have to watch this. I absolutely have to watch this. Yaar, why is Camo giving me grief? Yeah, we are back. Yeah, I think my Camo is going to keep messing up for a bit. So we should wrap this up soon. But एक ही घंटा हुआ है. Let's see. Other than that, because Hindol and I are planning to film this video called Ranking Our Favorite Cartoons, I have been rewatching a lot of my favorite cartoons. And YouTube pe there is this cartoon that's been uploaded completely called Atasinchi. I think ye Animax pe aata tha when we were young. But it's such a great cartoon. It features a very lazy but like efficient mom. I don't know if she's efficient, but she's very lazy and loving and extremely imperfect. I thought it was such a great concept because moms are always portrayed as being completely flawless in media, and then there's this random cartoon where the mom is extremely lazy and weird. Shreyas, please do it. Please do it. I did not ask you. I completely forgot that this is something we have to do. Guys, please like the stream. The more you like the stream, the more it will get recommended and more people can join our conversation. But yeah, please like the stream. And let me know if this is something that we should do more often now. I haven't been streaming solo kafi time se. I love streaming with these guys, but you know what the issue is? Because when you talk to people over Zoom, or now we've been using Melon, just when you talk to people on video call, there is always a chance of talking over someone else because, you know, internet lag वगैरह हो जाता है. And I'm so weirdly, irrationally conscious of that कि unless and until there is this pocket of time where no one talks and I'm completely 100% sure कि अभी कोई कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है, तभी मैं आके बोलती हूँ. नहीं तो I don't talk because I'm just afraid of talking over other people. So I don't end up speaking a lot in the stream. I mean, I do make my points here and there, but I don't talk as much as I would like to. So Munmun is saying Pakistani serials can be very regressive too. Domestic violence, polygamy, cousin marriage based बहुत story होती है. हाँ जी, that I agree, but I don't know how to explain it, but I think I have the privilege of watching it with the awareness that these things are wrong and they're just being portrayed because they were like, this is something, there's this video I'd made a very long time ago called, I think, my comforting recommendations or something. I don't remember, but I was painting and I was talking about my comfort watches. And उसमें मैंने ये इसकी बात की थी, जिंदगी गुलजार है. Now that show is very problematic, but because it was made I think 2000 में पता नहीं कब, it was very reflective of the society back then. And I think like I had that dilemma कि I enjoy the show so much, it also irritates me beyond measure because it is problematic. But because I have that sense in knowing कि ये तब बनी थी and now things are changing more, so now it might not be an issue. Do you guys get what I mean? That's why it doesn't affect my viewing experience so much. Like there are so many Bollywood films that are so misogynistic and just so problematic overall and haven't aged well at all. But even then, you watch them with the awareness that back then these things were acceptable and now they aren't, and we are so glad for it, and that we are glad that we are able to see why it was so problematic. And but tab tha, तो वो awareness पकड़ के you watch it and it doesn't affect your viewing experience. I am not a cat aspirant. I don't know where that came from. Swapnil is saying, do you remember Perman? I don't know why, but it's such a core memory. Yeah, I do remember Perman. I don't think मैं देखती थी इतना actively. But तो भी, I do remember Perman. यार, this कैमो हमें बात नहीं करना देना चाहता. Munmun is saying, check out the podcast, The Pakistani Experience. You know, somebody else had recommended them to me, the same podcast as well. And yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out. It sounds damn interesting. Manchester Divided is asking, what about Salu Bhai's new film? Okay, something is, oh my God. Okay, guys, I'm facing a lot of tech issues. So I think I'll have to wrap this up. I don't know why this is happening, but suddenly mera camo और मेरा microphone, दोनों चीजें disconnect हो गई है. So I'm going to switch to another ये. I hope you guys can still hear me. Video तो normal कर देती हूँ, 1 minute. Yeah, this is what the FaceTime का video looks like. But yeah, I think I'll have to wrap this up because काफी tech issues हो रही हैं and this looks so bad. As you can imagine, this won't. I'm looking at how terrible it looks on the phone. But yeah, let me know if you guys would like to join in for another stream. I could figure something out. We could do this every Sunday night, actually, because I've realized I'm always free on Sunday nights. And this is when we used to have the Disha streams. So anyways, streaming on Sunday nights is part of my routine. But yeah, we could definitely make this a more regular thing. And क्या कह रहे हैं आप? Manan is saying audio is fine. Ayush is saying no, it's fine. Munmun is saying stay tuned. Oh, I feel bad because you guys are asking me to stay. But it's just that the quality is terrible. It's throwing me off. Let's extend this by 10 more minutes, but we shall definitely, I'll next time, pakka, I'll figure this out. But I'm terribly sorry about the tech issues. Next time I'll definitely figure this out. But tech issues is permanent. चाहे कोई भी stream मैं अकेले करती हूँ, कुछ ना कुछ हमेशा होता है. That's why I love streaming with other people, especially Hindol, because he takes care of everything. All I have to do is just show up. He'll tell me कि ये link पे press करना, वो I press, and then I'm live. I come, I talk, boom, that's it. I hate having to worry about all this unnecessary tech stuff. I'm so technologically challenged. मैं बता नहीं सकती. It's very embarrassing. Have you guys tried setting like a to-do list of sorts almost for books you want to read and things you want to watch? Because I've been trying to become more conscious about what I spend my time watching. Otherwise, I'll as I mentioned, the things that I've been watching, Pyar Ke Sadke, I don't regret that. I thought it was a very entertaining show and it was so much drama. And both the lead actors were extremely good looking. It was kafi entertaining, and I've been watching Atashinchi. But I want to watch better films, and I want to give my time to better content. But वो हो नहीं पा रहा, and I was thinking कि if I like make like a to-do list of sorts, तो better रहेगा. But then it'll suck out the joy out of watching a film क्योंकि homework जैसे देखना पड़ेगा बैठ के. But have any of you ever tried that? Manchester Divided FC is saying, can you do the next episode with Hindol in Urdu? Definitely, definitely. Oh, Manan is saying yes, made a database on Notion for it. So how has it been working out for you? Are you watching better shows and better movies? Is it working? And has that affected your experience at all? Does it feel like homework? Because I really want to try this whole goal setting thing so that I'm not. But then it feels like itna zyada mechanical ho jayega, and it will probably एक ही तो चीज बची है लाइफ में that I truly enjoy, which is watching films and TV shows. वो भी चली जाएगी. A fan is saying, if you want, I'm sorry if that is not how you pronounce it. If you want more chaos, you can make a video about Office versus Friends. Gonna see how the comment section will look like. So every single person I've lately spoken to, they dislike Friends. And it's not just them calling it overrated, they straight up dislike Friends, which is very surprising to me. So I feel like I don't think it would be that much more chaotic. Or it could be, I don't know, but I don't think it's a fair comparison. But the way I see it, if we do make a video comparing the two, तो लोग ऑफिस को ही support करेंगे, Friends को कोई भाव नहीं देगा, because everyone does think it's very overrated. Aisha saying I try to keep a to-do list, but anyways end up watching what I have in mind at that moment. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. And you're always in the mood for something different, right? I've been wanting to watch more horror films, and मैं हिंदौल को बोल रही थी कि we should do like video ranking our favorite horror films. मैंने देखी नहीं है, but I'll watch only for the sake of this video, and उसी बहाने I'll be able to, because this is one genre that I have not explored much yet, क्योंकि मैं एक नंबर की फट्टू हूँ, but मुझे देखनी है. Palak is saying it's lagging. Yeah, already quality apni. I feel like I'm streaming using a potato. It just looks terrible. But before we switch to camo, जो भी दिशाहीन की streams होती थी वो इसी MacBook के ये camera पे ही होती थी, so it's fine. Manchester saying Excel sheet for everything. Supremacy. Anji. Yeah. Munmun is saying, did you watch Wednesday? मैंने ना, I think I've watched 3 episodes, and then I just couldn't get into it. But I think I'll really enjoy the older versions. मतलब जो इससे पहले बने हुए थे. I think क्योंकि मैंने जितने भी clips देखी उसकी Instagram पे, I really like that aesthetic far more than this. But Jenna Ortega is really great in it. And you know how like for some award show, Jenna Ortega and Audrey Plaza came together and they had this whole bit of them being related. I would love to see Audrey Plaza being introduced in the next season as someone related to her or like the grown-up version of Wednesday. Audrey would be great. Manchester saying, please see the Indian version of Friends. It's much better. Indian version hai Friends ka. What is it called? I didn't know this. Shreya is saying, I made a list of movies that I plan to watch, but only 4 were picked up from the list. And I feel like the movies that I accidentally stumble upon are more great than those that are planned. True. You know, and all the like best films that I've watched, I've stumbled upon them randomly. I love YouTube. I have spoken about this in another stream also, but I've said how YouTube is my favorite app because I have everything I explore, whether that be movies, music, books, everything I get recommended. I am so terrified of losing my YouTube ka ye login, or I'm also scared of letting other people use my YouTube because I just don't want it to mess up the recommendations that it gives to me. It has figured me out so well. Some of the best films, even The Little Forest, it just got randomly recommended to me, the entire film. Where I watched The Man from Earth, which is such a great film, which I think even Sahil Shah had recommended. Beautiful film. It was recommended to me. The entire film is on YouTube. Please do go watch it. But yeah, all the films that you accidentally stumble upon, most of them turn out to be great. I guess it's because you don't go in with any expectations or any preconceived notions. I am very guilty of that. Let's 10:30 के पहले wrap up कर लेते हैं. I got too carried away. I thought I'll just end it in 5 minutes, but I'm still here. DJ Singh start with Cure 1997 and then Hereditary. Okay, I will. I think Hereditary नहीं मैंने कौन सी देखी थी? The Relic देखी थी, which I think is it's also about dementia. Like that is a very central theme of it, and it's a horror film which was great, and I really enjoyed that. So I think I'll like Hereditary also because I've been told it's on the same theme. But what scares you guys? What counts as horror to you? Because I know there are a lot of horror films that are just extremely unsettling. There is no jump scares, there's no scary people. It's just really unsettling. And it was, so for me, I think what would be obviously I love normal humans as like just like ghosts being portrayed as normal people. Talash scared the shit out of me. I know that the movie was I watched Talash when I was very young, when it had first come out, and तब मुझे समझ में नहीं आई, and समझ में नहीं आई in the sense that I thought it was a horror film and I watched it as a horror film, and I was scared so much because Kareena Kapoor was just Kareena Kapoor, and then turns out she's a ghost, and that is when I realized that this is my thing. What scares me the most is when I cannot when I can't tell when someone is the क्या word बोलेंगे, when I can't tell when someone is the threat and they look completely human. Just the idea that something was I was with danger all this while and I couldn't tell, and वो वक्त बीत गया है और मुझे I was completely unaware all this time. That is very scary to me for whatever reason. And then later on, when I watched it again after a few years, I realized it's such a beautiful film about loss and the various and grief and the various ways one deals with it. I really want to do video on The Lash as well. And we'll club in more movies, but yeah. Okay, I'm very behind on the chats again. Jeez. Mr. Pink, hi. I haven't seen you in so long. That's probably because I haven't streamed in very long, but I miss seeing you in the chats. How are you? Okay, I'm very behind on the chats. I'm going to pick up some interesting ones. Market Crorepati has suggested, if you want to watch horror movies, start with Get Out. Get Out, I have watched. I was scared shitless. Smile in That Order, मैंने नहीं सुनी है. That sounds very interesting. Kira has recommended a Serbian film is a beautiful feel-good movie, beautiful shot as well, up there with the likes of The Notebook and Titanic, a must-watch. I will check it out. I really want to keep I feel like I've been in a good mood lately. I mean, I'm irritated, but more than that, I'm not, I've just been, my base mood is good and I want to keep that energy going. So I will mostly watch this. And what else? मैं बहुत पीछे हूँ यार. Anuj is saying, do you think Brendan Fraser's performance in Whale made the movie more appealing? Because for me, the story was okay. Oh, for sure. His performance was insane. That Oscar was very, very, very well deserved. I know that people have many thoughts about the Oscars and how I agree with it. Like, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to get into that whole thing and I don't think I'll be able to defend myself very well. But the way I see it, I've watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've watched The Whale. मैंने बाकी movies नहीं देखी. So I do think that they were trying to create they were trying to appeal to the popular sentiments. They wanted to sell this image that they are, especially after, like, they were trying to create a good rep for themselves and they were playing into this whole narrative of how they recognize talent and they're very exclusive and stuff. But they chose that over actually giving recognition. And they were definitely trying to recover from last year's whole scandal. Okay. I think we should wrap this up because I am rambling and I should have wrapped this up when Camo died itself. But it was great talking to you guys. I'm so glad that so many of you showed up. I really wasn't expecting it. But yeah, make sure you like the stream. It's too late for me to say that, but please do like the stream. And tell me in my DMs or in the in the comments of this video if you would like for us to do this more regularly. I know that my Sunday evenings are always free. I like them to be free because I like starting my Monday properly. And if Sundays are hectic, then your Mondays are hectic and then your whole week is ruined. So yeah, we could do a Sunday evening stream thing. And next time I'll be more prepared. Honestly, the whole point of this stream was to come talk to you guys and catch up, tell you where I have been, jo maine shayad kiya bhi nahi. But I haven't been making a lot of videos, as you would have noticed on the main channel. That's because after I moved out, things have been very, very hectic for me and I haven't been doing the best job of figuring this whole thing out and managing both things well. I always feel like, I mean, abhi I still feel a little better about it, but for the longest time I felt like I was constantly dropping the ball somewhere or the other. Like in some aspect of my life, I was lagging behind. And I think for the last few months, I sort of just gave up and I thought, kuch bhi nahi karna mujhe, which is why I just stopped making videos. And I love making videos. It's something that I enjoy a lot, and it keeps me sane for most part. So, and streaming was something that Hindol and I used to do regularly, and I didn't realize how important it had become for me. Because I don't, I would say this thing a lot, that the reason why we show up on every Sunday to stream is because neither of us go to therapy. So yeah, I really miss streaming, and I want to get back into it. So yes, that was that. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. And if we do meet the next time, I will definitely come with a list of all my goal setting. I'll do goal setting for what movies and shows I want to watch, and we'll talk about more things. I'll tell you everything that I've been watching and reading. It will be more structured than this, and maybe we'll also invite Hindol. That would be great, and we could have a Disha Heen reunion. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. Good night.